Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I am so excited to have on un ein and Dreitzig und vier und Dreitzig Jahr alt, 31 and 34-year-olds from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and Reutlingen, Deutschland, or Germany, folks. Their hockey journeys have taken them to Canada, Germany, the USA, France, Norway, Denmark, Wales, and Scotland. The last time I saw these shed guys, we had all just won. They had avoided relegation, and karma is a bitch, folks. It meant the Hellbronner Falcons, who asked me to kindly leave Germany, were relegated. And my Kincardine Canucks under 9 gals had just brought home the hardware. But I had no doubt about it that the Selb Wolves were staying up as these shed guys win. As between these two, we have 3 DNL championships. That's German junior hockey, folks. An under-20 world championship gold medal. An Oberliga championship. 2 times EIHL playoff championships. A league championship. One is still running amok in Selb, and the other headed to Scotland and promptly became a team captain. Welcome to the shed, Richard Gelke and Bryce Reddick.
Hey,
Thank you for
thanks
having
for having
us.
us.
Hey, thanks for coming on, man. I get into how we know each other. I guess Reds, I actually talked to you after our Kabine talk in Selb, right? I had your I
Yeah, you
had your
did.
mom on. She came to the
Yeah, you
shed.
did actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we chatted too.
Uh-huh.
That's funny. Uh, I think that was the first mom I had on. Because my
It
mom's scared of the
was.
shed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
hmm Um, Anywho, holy moly, and the real world just lit up again. And we're back. Anyways, Richie, um, last time I saw you though, the Selb Wolves just stayed in the second league with Reds here. And I tell you, it can mean a lot to a guy when you get a FaceTime from Germany and you get to have a beer in the Kabine like 10 years later, you know? So
Yeah, we
thanks
had
for
a
the
good
call.
time, I think, after the last game.
Yeah, Richie, I think he stayed in his equipment for like 6 hours after the game.
No, 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 just in my pants.
Just ein oder zwei Bier in the Kabine? Knock
Just
dein
one or
Spiel?
nah, I think so, and maybe some Alpa. You know what's Alpa?
Oh, yeah, isn't that the shot?
No, it's like liquid for the legs to refreshen the legs. You know, like
I don't know. Reds, what's he talking about? Do you know?
Reds,
Uh,
know.
What is it?
You spray it on your legs
Is it the
to
pink?
to re to
Is it the
refresh them with menthol and
is it the
some
pink cream? That pink cream?
kind of the cream, but it's like cooling, cooling liquid.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, you shouldn't drink it, but we do it.
yeah. Oh, is it like the bottle all those Slovakian guys have in their
Yes,
stalls?
yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I
It's high
definitely was. I don't
percentage
think I was
liquid.
around that.
I've never drank it either.
You have a good booze.
I,
Okay. A good buzz, yeah. I think you'd have more than a buzz if you drank that.
it is pretty neat how they can really like you celebrate staying up in the second league, right? Because those teams don't want to go down, do they?
I mean, I've never experienced it. I mean, Richie, I mean, that's more of, I guess that's what he grew up doing, right? We didn't grow up growing or playing like that. So, I mean, it was different. It was definitely fun to be a part of. And now they're doing so well. So I can see why it means so much to them.
Well, yeah, like
I think so too.
well, Beatingheim just went down from the DEL, right? And then you see how different it is, and then you think, oh well, they're gonna have lots of money and be one of the top teams. And I just saw that they're in last place, and they just fired their coaches.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
both teams that asked me to kindly leave are having struggles.
That's what they
Karma.
get. That's what they get.
But Beatingheim, I do have some great memories from. The start of it was way better than the end of it.
I think it's a
Had a
great
couple.
club,
It
place,
is a
great
great club.
organization.
I had a great time there, and I have nothing bad to say. I know how it works. You get a new coach in that needs to change stuff, so he changes stuff. Just don't didn't like how he did it, but I'm over it. But it is
I
funny
mean,
when you see a
still, you have
coach
to
fired
protect
this
them.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, a month.
Yeah. Like, and then some guy's going to come in with guys he hasn't recruited. They're not his guys. So
Well,
it's
no,
just,
it's the GM is the coach, right, Richie? The GM just took over.
oh, that's right.
Now the GM is the coach again. Yeah, but they had like imports. They're playing with two imports right now. You
They
have
only have,
to
Wow.
think about this too, you know.
they don't
So,
have all your imports. They're injured or what?
No, they most of the games they played with one import or like with two right now. So they have guys missing.
Oh yeah, and that's important. Imports can be important if they're playing well, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a buddy that's on that team, and that's his first year in Beatingheim.
Ausländer.
I that Riker Killens, he just got his German pass, but he's from this town I live in here, in this little town, and it's funny. It's a small world when he goes to Beatingheim.
Yeah.
So Reds, you're in Scotland, eh?
Yeah, I am. I
How's that
am.
going? So you
It's
guys,
good.
it looked like you haven't even played a league game yet.
We've played two. So I think Cardiff, we played Cardiff one, and then we played Coventry last weekend. Yeah, last weekend, Saturday. So we've only played two, but then I think we've played three Challenge Cup games.
Okay, those weren't up for the research team yet, so I didn't see those. How's it
No.
going? You winning, losing?
We had a really good first Challenge Cup game, and then we've played well a couple games, just haven't got the results that we wanted, but we're coming along. We have it's a like I mean, you look at the other teams like Cardiff, Sheffield, they have their core, and this here is like a brand new team, so it's tough. We're still learning to play with each other, but we've had some really good games, and then we've had some games where we've haven't been on the same page, but it's starting to come together.
Well, and that's what's interesting. I saw that you guys are basically a whole new team of different guys. And
Hmm.
kind of reminded me of Cardiff my first year there. When Lordo had like after that season before they kind of blew it up and it was a bunch of new players. And it did take us a month or two to find our groove because we were all just getting to know each other. But then once you come together and like you really care about each other and you've had enough like road trips together and
Hmm.
fun times out and that you actually care like deeply about each other, you can play way better, right?
Oh, for sure. And we don't in here we only had I think we only had 2 weeks of training camp where like I'm sure Richie and Selb, you guys were there for like a month, right? Before the season started.
Yeah, around a month, and that's even short.
Yeah. So like
That's not that long.
we're only at a month now. So like we're still just like I guess in other European countries, it's you get that month together before the season starts, and we're only right there now. So it's starting to come together. I mean, it's we've only played two league games, so we haven't put ourselves that much behind the eight ball, which is nice. So I mean, it's exciting to see what we actually end up doing.
Yeah, and it's nice to see, but it'll be interesting. But I'm a Manchester Storm fan. Reds,
I
you know.
thought so you're not cheering for me anymore.
Well, I
I
cheer
left
for
Selb.
you. I cheer for you. I'm just not cheering for your team. I I'm a sponsor now. I'm invested in this thing, you know?
Well,
Seriously.
so when we play Manchester, then you're only cheering for Manchester.
And I hope you do well, you know?
Okay.
But now their goalie's a shed guy, so do I want you to score? I don't know. It's
Okay,
confusing now,
come
man.
on. Now you're
I
going a
care
little
too
too
much.
far.
I care about too many people now, you know? I don't want to be like this. I hope everybody wins, but you can't. So I'm gonna have to cheer for the team I got money invested into.
Uh,
And chocolate, you know? Have you seen what's going on in Manchester Reds?
I know it's crazy.
It
Um,
is crazy.
I was talking to Big Red, the equipment manager. He says you're trying to get him on, but he wants some chocolate.
He wants
So
chocolate?
we got to get that going over here now.
And you know what's interesting is I did try and start a chocolate when I was first dabbling into it. I had Matthew Waugh on and Haywood, and I think they both wanted Mars or something. And I tried to get it going. They told me between the two of them, one Mars bar, one Mars bar hit the ice. So I tried, you know, but
Jesus.
maybe the fans just taking more of a shine to you and Big Red, eh?
Well, let's hope so. I mean, well, maybe we get some Mars bars this weekend.
Is that what you would want as a Mars bar for Red and you?
No, Red wants.
Reds and Big Red?
Yep.
Geez, you'd think you'd be
He,
getting some kind of red chocolate bar then, but
he
hey, what do
wants.
I
He
know?
said, I think is crunchy a chocolate here? I don't remember. I don't
It
know. I
sure
know.
is. Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what he. Yeah. So crunchy is what he likes.
really.
We
So,
get those going for him.
well, maybe if he'd come to the shed, maybe he would get those, right?
Yeah.
Got to earn
He's
them.
He's at Chippy Lane though.
That's
Like
right.
it says in that
That's
picture.
right. And I don't even think of that that's your team too now, right? Because people it gets so confusing when all you guys keep switching teams, you know?
I know. I know.
So I hear he's a dandy of an equipment manager though. That's what Dicko told me.
He is a good guy. Good guy. Huge, like big boy, like probably six, at least 6'6", like big guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's awesome. Super cool guy. Easy to talk to. Fun to be around. So that's another good thing they have here is they got him.
Yeah, and I guess the coach is new to the league, eh? I find that would be interesting for a coach to be new to the league because um I know you can be told all about the league and the Challenge Cup, and it's all really confusing until you actually go through it because when I first got there, I didn't really get that like some games meant different things and meant totally different things when you're playing the same teams, and then all of a sudden it means this for the league or that for the Challenge Cup. And guys need to get how important every game is right off the hop, eh?
Oh, for sure. Like what you could play Friday and that could be league and Saturday could be Challenge Cup. And it's like, okay, well, what's going on? But our coach actually, he was the coach in Helbron last year.
What?
Yeah.
He coached in, see, it's a small world. That guy's
So
the
he
Hellbron
coached
coach.
he coached Helbron
The team
last
that
year.
got relegated that you guys were
Yeah,
playing
so
against. So you played
so
against him in that relegation round and then
no,
he signed you?
he got let go before that.
Oh.
So just I think a month or two before relegation, he got let go, but then he coached in Helbron the year before that. So Richie would have played against him for a year and a half.
Who is that?
Our coach was the coach in Helbron for
What's
the
the
last
name
year.
of him?
Jason
Morgan, isn't it?
Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. He should be a
Yeah,
nice guy,
so
I heard.
he's awesome. Such a nice guy. Like
That's a
player
big part
ultimate.
of being a good coach, I think, is being a good person, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's been great. I mean,
You can get
he's
some real dickheads out there.
tell me about it.
Oh, there's some, yeah, like it's interesting. Yeah, there's a couple coaches that I had that just, I have absolutely zero interest in them coming to my shed. Really don't want to talk to them again.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyways, I better get put this out there now because man, the Shed family's going to be hot. We got German folks listening. Now we got UK folks listening. And
Yeah.
we are having raffles at aleshockeytales.com. We have Ryan O'Reilly signed hockey pucks. There's 5 of them, folks. 5 winners for this raffle. And we just put up a Robert Dowd signed Sheffield Steelers shirt from the whole team for Rich's Road to Recovery. So get your tickets at aleshockeytales.com, right? Let's make it happen. Right? Fun is fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. And by the way, Richard, your team's better this year. You guys aren't such a dumpster fire, huh?
Yeah, it's going good so far. We have 4 in a row. Yeah, good new guys, kind of experienced guys. Good group of guys. So yeah, it's okay so far.
And I saw that they took the C away from you and gave you an A instead. And then I started
Yeah,
getting a little bit pissed off until like the research team clicked on the guy, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. He's the
there was
captain
no
of
question
Berlin
about
and
that. He
Team
gets
Germany.
the C. I'm like, this is okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I did
feels so light off my back. I'm so
right.
fast again.
Yeah, now you can just play, eh? That's why you got 4 goals already.
Yeah, it's okay.
I,
Decent.
I remember there's a couple teams where there was some discussion of me becoming like, and actually I said the same thing to Lordo when he called me the summer before he went to Cardiff about being a leader and whatever. And I said, you know what? I'm more of an assistant captain than a captain type of a guy.
Yeah, it's
I'm there
different
for fun and
pressure.
a support guy. I don't need to
100%.
be the leader, you know?
Yeah, it's different pressure. You do a lot of pressure on yourself, I think. More guys watching you. So no, we have a good leader group. Um, so it's okay. I like it. I'm happy.
Well, that's good. And that guy looks like a great addition to your squad when you get a guy with
Yeah,
that type
great
of,
person. Really great person. Yeah.
yeah,
I
wow. When
I
you get a
actually
guy that was a
saw
captain of Berlin and Team Germany and he
Yeah.
can help raise some puppies with you, that'd be fun, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I saw the picture on the Instagram, the Selb Instagram. He played against his son when you guys played
Yeah,
Bryce
yeah.
last year.
First game.
What?
he has two sons. The one is in our junior how you say it, in our
Program.
junior program, yeah, and the other one is playing in Berlin right now. He just scored his first DL goal. He's really good.
And
He
he
scored a nice goal against us.
so well, they say genes are a thing. So you're saying the old man is 38 years old, is what the research team saw, and his son is playing against him.
Yeah, yeah. We had the first game against Weißwasser, like my hometown, and they have this is the
How
junior team
old's
kind
this
of, or
kid?
like the farm team from Berlin. I think he's 19 or something.
This guy must have been breeding pretty young, eh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got father pretty young. Yeah. It's
Um,
funny when he talks to him in the bus, like how it went and how the game how the game was, and we are just laughing because it's like so funny, like
yeah,
How
because
was it when he how was it when he was playing against him?
it was pretty emotional, I have to say. Honestly, I'm just like a random guy, kind of like teammate, but it was like
did they muck
pretty
it up at
special,
all?
I have to say. I'm honestly, it was like a special game, kind of.
For sure. Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing that.
Hey, don't hit this guy.
Yeah.
Well, did anybody
No,
crush his
he's
kid, or
got
did
a
anybody try and
he's
hit the old man? Because I know that some of my son's buddies would sure want to lay me out.
yeah, no, yeah, he made a nice goal, I have to say. I was actually the back checker.
The
Yeah,
son
with no
scored
chance.
on you
Was
guys?
his dad on the ice too?
No, he wasn't on the ice, but I was on the ice though.
His dad was cheering
I think he
on
had
the
even
Selb
one
bench.
goal, one assist in this game. It was
Yeah, I
crazy.
bet you the old man did fist bump and all after that.
He came to our bench to celebrate.
He gave his
Can
dad
you
a fist
imagine?
bump on the way
Uh,
Papa, did you
by.
saw that?
I I can't. That's a cool hockey story, though. Man, the things
That
you could
Yeah,
hear in your shed, eh?
it was really emotional. I have to say, one of greatest games. I have to say, because like the fans did like a nice how you say it, like a nice
Ceremony.
choreography.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They did like a nice picture for us in the stands,
Uh-huh.
and I think in the second period they even did like some for Frankie Hurdler, like our captain,
yeah.
that
Well,
he came back to Zelb. It was pretty special, I have to say.
of all the
Because they're
cool
from there,
pictures I
right?
have up in my shed, I'd imagine if that happened, that would definitely have to be a picture that goes up in your shed, playing against your son in a real
Yeah.
professional
Yeah,
hockey
yeah.
game.
They played last year. They played in Berlin. They played together.
Right. What? They're on the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
team.
Last year they did the first pro game together, I think, for him.
Jeepers. That's really, this kid must be able to play, huh? Reds, I got a question for you now back
Yep.
in Scotland there. I remember Braehead or Glasgow would never play any home games for like the first 2 months, and there was like Disney on ice, so they just never got to play home games. Is it still like that?
I don't well no, because we've played home games.
Oh, okay.
And we practice. We practice at our rink, so
Oh, that's
but
nicer
it's a
because I
new
remember they used to not practice there, they not play there for like the first 6 weeks of the season or something.
well, it's a new owner here, so they're trying
Clean it
to
up.
clean it up. I believe I'm pretty sure Katrina and Todd told me this that the new owner was there in Cardiff, like asking them like how to kind of
How
change
to
it around
hockey.
because I'm sure it was the same process Cardiff went through when they originally bought the team before and made it to what it is now. So
Well, I mean, I always say for a team to be good or set up a good shop is you need a good city, you need a good barn, and you need good fans. And Glasgow has all that.
yeah, for sure. All of our home games have been just if not 4,000, just under 4,000. So they've all been packed. The city's unreal. There's so much to do. You can do something different every night if you wanted to. We don't live far. We live probably 10 minutes drive from the rink, so it's not bad at all. Redid the
No,
dressing room here and like they redid everything, so it's nice. It's really nice.
that that sounds like a good setup. And you need people in charge that know how to hockey to set up a good operation, right? Like you need a
Yeah,
Todd.
yeah. Someone he played the game and then he coached or whatever he did in Belfast for that
And I
long.
found like
So.
he understood what hockey players needed to play good. Like you needed to feel appreciated, but like taken care of. And it's just the small things. There's like the day I show up in Cardiff, been through the ringer getting asked to leave Denmark and Germany, and confidence is shattered. And then I show up in Cardiff, and just them having a Walton 18 jersey on the crib for Colby when I show up in the apartment and having food in the fridge, like that meant a lot though, the day I show up and they have a jersey sitting there waiting for my son, right? That I didn't
Oh,
have
yeah,
to
of
go
course.
buy a jersey and pay for it, that it was sitting there waiting for me. I'm like, oh my God, you guys care about me.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Does matter. In case anybody's listening to the shed out there, I hear teams listen to find out what players want now. That's pretty neat, isn't it?
For you, yeah, that's unreal.
Well, it's the shed guys that come on and tell them, right? But anyways, you know what else, Richie? We didn't just have that FaceTime in the cabina. You guys also sent me a short video once you guys hit the town because that meant a lot too. I was so excited you guys got shed boosted and won, and then I got to see you guys having fun when the season ended, like you'd won, even though it was just not getting relegated. Do you
Yeah, it
remember?
was a big thing for a small club, kind of low budget team.
So I got a question. Are you still a low budget team? Because last season you were called for the research team the Selber Wolf. This year you are the VER Selb. So I know how it works in Germany. That could mean somebody put some money into this thing.
I think they just changed the name because like before we had like one club together, and now they split it like to one company kind of.
Mm.
I would call it like we are the separate company right now.
Um,
So, but I
okay. Well,
don't
I
think
didn't
it
know
changed.
because I know that like the teams, like the names just slightly change sometimes,
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
could mean new sponsors or something.
but that was like last year already. But yeah, I think they signed some good players, like
Well, that
also
captain
a
you
little
have
bit.
with his resume, he couldn't have been that cheap unless he's just on a hometown discount.
He loves the game.
Right. That's good. That's what the guys
Game.
you need, you
No,
know?
but I mean, I think Serb is a they're doing a good progress. They don't go over the limits, I would say. So they're going kind of step by step.
It's better to not go over your limits and go tits up and pay what you can pay, right?
Yeah, you see it in Bayreuth. They got all out kind of. They had an expensive team. They couldn't pay it anymore, and now they are in the Oberliga.
Yeah, it's that's how it works. And when teams go bankrupt, you remember like Dominic Hammer was in Hanover with the Indians and we played them in Hellbron. I don't know if you remember this, but that was like it was their last game. They never got to go to the playoffs, even though they had made
Hmm.
it because they were going bankrupt. And that
Yeah,
was my son's first time on the ice. Fun fact.
and they had like they had also they paid good money over there in Hannover.
Right. And then they couldn't pay it, so then
Yeah.
they go bankrupt and don't play the playoffs. So yeah, that makes sense to just pay what you can. But Selb is interesting for me, Richard. You got 14 Germans, 3 Russians, 2 Czechs, 2 Canadians, 2 Americans, a Slovak, a Latvian, and a Hungarian.
International team.
Very international team, eh? So what's the coach speaking in the locker room? In the cabina? Is it German?
German.
Yeah.
German, Russian.
English.
German and Russian?
Not English.
That's those are exciting years as an English guy. When you go over there and you don't know what they're talking about, you just go with it.
I mean,
Oh
it
yeah,
will
it's
be
so
good.
different. It's so different.
Yeah.
I
My
have to
first
say,
year going to
I'm
Germany, they never
also
spoke English at all.
confusing. Like the years before, it's almost English all the time, and now it's like German. It's different again.
It is different, eh? Because it definitely changes your season.
I
Like
mean,
my
if he yells on his Russian guys, he yells at them in Russian, and it sounds even more mean than in German. They're like,
um
oh,
he
whoa.
it looked like he was German, so he's Russian.
Yeah, he's Russian.
And then your assistant coach is Lanny Gare.
Yeah,
That guy's been around the block, eh? He's a Canadian that went over there and never left.
yeah, he likes it. He has his home over here, kind of.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of Canadian guys that go over there and never leave, eh? Love is love.
Love is blind. But it's an awesome place to live. I get it.
Sure is. Yeah, I had a great time. That's why it hurt so much when I was asked to kindly leave, you know?
You and me both.
Yeah, yeah. You had interest in staying in Germany too, right? Because I mean, I guess you might have been there too late last season. You don't even know what it's like in September when it's beer tent season. That's living.
I still have all the guys on Instagram, so I saw all their stories and I was like, whoa, that looks fun.
Yeah, yeah. You should see me at those places. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
that's what the guys are looking forward, the Ausländers, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, when you've never got to really do that, Richie, then
Yeah,
when you get
yeah,
there and get to do it, you got to run amok, right?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would too. I think I really let Bietigheim know I was at the Feder Market, you know? And it's funny because you're in Germany, you're like, oh, nobody knows who I am. And then, well, actually they do.
Over here, they know, so
Yeah, they
especially
do.
in this area where we play, it's pretty like it's a quiet, small town. So even if you don't know them, they know you.
That's very true. And North Americans do dress different than Germans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. They know, like they know
Well,
also
they
the
know as
German
soon as I
guys.
walk around in my flip-flops that I'm.
Maybe he's different.
Yeah. You can't speak German. Man, or handle their beer. Strong beer, especially when you get in the beer tents and you drink too much of it.
Mhm.
So, Richard, what's your favorite song that they play at a beer tent that gets you going?
No, oh, they're
Joanna
all
Dugaili
kind of
style?
good. There's no certain song.
Is that right,
And
eh? Joanna
especially
Dugaili
late
sounds
at
my
night, I
jam.
don't listen to them anymore, you know?
Are you still hitting the beer tents? Are you too old now, Richard?
No, 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 no. I was setting up the Oktoberfest this year again, and then I was sick. Couldn't go.
Jeepers. So do you have your own one there, or do you guys go to the
No, we
Oktoberfest?
went to Munich. We had
Did
the
you?
team bus again like last year, and we had some nice breakfast in the bus. Like we have like one sponsor. He's like they have a butchery, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and they are like awesome. Those guys are really amazing. They gave us a good breakfast again, like a typical um Bavarian breakfast kind of.
And then you rip there
So
for the day in the bus, and then everybody runs amok, and then you get back on the bus and
yeah,
try
yeah.
not embarrass yourself in front of the
Team
management.
bonding, yeah, yeah. That's a fun trip. So I was upset I couldn't go because I felt like not good. So I want to play on the weekend, right? So
Yeah,
summertime I would go, but then I would be probably sick on the weekend. So
I get it. Bryce, you guys had anything fun going on in Glasgow yet? Any team bonding?
Um, Jeez. Yeah.
Holy moly. Every time I have you on, you either got to take a dump or have a nap, eh? Like, wake up, man.
Um, yeah, so when we got here, we had a good top golf day and hung around Glasgow, and then we did we played a preseason game in Belfast and we stayed the night there, had a night out
Did you
in our
hit,
own
what's that place called?
Heart Bar.
No. The one that, really? Where'd you go?
The Heart
In,
Bar? What are you thinking? Filthy McNasty or
yeah, that's
something?
where we'd go with Cardiff. Yeah. That,
No, we didn't go there.
no.
And then so we stayed the night there, and then we have an Irish owner, so we went down to a smaller city in Ireland where he's from called Carlingford. So we spent the day down there. That was cool. Um, that was like our big team bonding thing. And then we've had some fun nights out here. There's like I said, there's a lot to do, and there's something different every day that you could do. So
Yeah,
um, it's been good.
that would be good. That
We had a
sounds
good
good.
time.
Sounds
We
nice.
actually went to Cardiff for two exhibition games too. Had a good night out there as well.
That's when the
So
Chippy Lane thing happened, right?
with Big Red,
Big
yeah,
Red, yeah. You ran amok there. Did you hit Chippy Lane?
I did. Me and Dougie.
Oh, you and Ducky did together?
Yeah.
That's hockey.
Uh,
Did you hear what's going to happen in Cardiff with him?
Dougie?
So yeah, so Dougie told me he's retired from coming to the shed. Um, I guess he thinks he's a legend now because he started Buenos for the boys and made it rain Buenos in Cardiff for my boys that I had on in under 11. But he says he's
Uh-huh.
retired from that now. So him and Mosey started that stupid clap again. And Mosey's back, so we got to get Kit Kat get that back. And I said to start chucking the Kit Kats at Sam, like throw them at him for not coming to the shed anymore, right?
Yeah, he's a target. It's
Because
put a
that'd be
target
fun,
on,
right?
put a target on his back.
Yeah, you better get your visor down, Sam. The Kit Kats are coming.
Put a cage on.
But seriously, do it, Shed family, right? Because he starts that, all these kids love him, and then he says he's retired from coming to the shed.
Crazy.
Unbelievable, right?
Wild.
I know he's still a shed guy running amok at Chippy Lane with the competition. That's cool. That's hockey.
Me, Mart, and Marty.
Oh, the
Marty,
goat. Love is love. He just got engaged there.
I know, yeah. Me, Dougie, Marty, their significant others, and then I think Sanford, Cox, and then maybe that Barrow, I think where I was there.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a shed guy too. Yeah. It's tough, right, when you go play an old team because you don't want your new team to think like you don't care about them, but you also want to go
Yeah,
see your old buddies.
it's tough too. It was like it was good. Like I spent a majority of the night with with my team, but like those two, like Sam and Marty, I'm so close with. Like
Yeah.
it's tough to not see them that
Well, yeah, and you need to. You only get so many chances to do that because then once hockey's
exactly.
over and you all end up wherever you end up, you don't get to see each other anymore.
For sure. And like living with Sam for those or Dougie for those 2 years. And I haven't seen him since that was the first time I saw him since I left before after we got kicked out for COVID.
And is that your poster pick? Was that night then with you and
Yeah.
Sam? Yeah,
Yeah.
figured that. That's cool that you got to see him because that's how it works, man. Me and Richard here, the season ended in Hellbron, went in for our year-end meetings. They say kindly leave Wally, and I'm like, okay, peace out. And I've never been back to Germany since, and I'd never seen any of them until I started the shed. I'd never seen any of my little puppies. And Richard, isn't it interesting from that team in Hellbron how many legends have become out of those puppies?
Oh yeah, that's
Seriously,
true. Yeah.
Dominic Walsh, Krimitchow,
He's
Marco and
pre- he's doing
Castle.
he's doing pretty good.
Well, they've all been to these places for like a decade now. Mapesy in Hellbron. Sorry, you're in the
Yeah.
Oberliga, but you're still a legend there. They're going to retire your jersey, right? But like they all like, geez, that's three guys from that could all get their jerseys retired, right?
Marco Müller.
Marco and Castle, yeah,
No,
wild. And now you and Selb, right? Fun is fun.
no, it's 5 years now. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow, it's
long
pretty
time
neat
already.
that my kleine Hoons are all legends now. Right? Good stuff. Um, anyways, you know who else is a captain on your team is one of my other former puppies that I got to see in the Kabine. First time I ever got to see him was when you guys FaceTimed me for that beer when I was at my gal's year-end party. Artur
Drago.
Skrumnich,
Oh, Archie.
Ivan Drago.
Uh-huh.
That guy could play hockey though, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
he's
fella.
good.
He is good. Yeah.
It's crazy though, hey? Like he played with all those guys and then
And they're all
out of
still playing.
nowhere.
Yeah, and they were
Yeah.
all it's so Artur's played with me in Bietigheim the year before that. And then he's had a long, great career. But then my Hellbron puppies, man, like literally five of them all became like legends.
That's funny. You taught
It,
him well.
right? Yeah. One of you, I don't know which one it was, sent me a really funny photo that I don't think I could ever post. I'm not for everyone, but I don't think I should post this one. Secret Santa, someone gave me an adult diaper, and I was wearing just that in the locker room. And
That
I didn't
was
see.
from Mapesy, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Mapesy. Because
I think because you shit in your pants all the time
no, I don't think that's why.
in the bus.
I don't. I don't think it was because of shit.
No, I think
No.
because of your boxer shorts.
Uh, I haven't made no comment why I think it might have been because of sleep. I was a deep sleeper. Deep sleeper. But yeah,
I
that
asked
was.
you last time if you remember that we get Snickers every time
I kind of remember that.
in the bus before
Yeah,
every road game.
yeah. Who wasn't it? The guy that like worked for the team that give it to us?
Yeah, the guy who speaks like really slowly.
Yeah, Yeah, I do remember the
Do you
stickers
want
now.
your Snickers?
Yeah, like that team was an interesting team because like we weren't far off having a good team, but it doesn't help when you go through like 4 or 5 goalies in a year, you know?
Oh yeah, that was this year, huh?
Yeah, a lot of
Oh
goalies. Um, just never really got in our groove, you know? But
yeah.
fun year, like, and it's cool to see when like that's what I love about the shed though, is like all these pictures that have are now on my device. I would have never seen. I would have never seen that picture of me in a diaper. And if I like Richie, I would have never caught up and seen what you're doing now. And it's neat to see that. Because you never know what happens to everybody. Is that the Selb barn in your background right now?
Yeah, this is the. That's why I want to show it. It's the picture of what they did for us. You see,
Yeah, that look what did they what
Was
is
that when you
that?
guys played Weisswasser?
it's like a big flag, like two big flags, like I don't know how many meters. It was amazing.
That's cool. That looks like a
And this,
sweet barn, man.
yeah, it is. It's really nice. They renovate a lot, and it gets even better and better. And this
Yeah,
is the other picture just for our new captain, for this hurdler guy. You see?
that's
Oh
cool. They
yeah.
did all that for their new captain, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, because he is from Selb and he just came back after like 20 years and like so many
Hometown discount.
championships.
Yeah.
This is really, that was emotional, I have to say.
Yeah. I'd imagine being named the captain of a professional hockey team would be pretty neat, you know?
Yeah, and he is just a calm guy, like easygoing, and he doesn't need any special shit or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I do know what
And
you
he's
mean.
like, I would say in German hockey is the biggest name, I would say, for me.
Really? Do you want
I
to
think so.
why don't you give him a nudge and say he can come to the shed or him and his son can come on together? Okay? Sounds like a
Yeah,
shed guy to me.
that would be fun, yeah.
That would be fun. Did you know, Richard? I don't know if you got the last magazine of the ice hockey news. Did you know they wrote an article on me in the ice hockey news last time?
No, I don't read the ice hockey news
Well,
honestly.
don't forget to get one because they had a like
Yeah,
where
then
what is he
let's
doing
go. I have
now?
to go in the grocery store right now. I have to get it.
Yeah. Hadn't been in it since the year I was with you in Hellbrun. They had us on the cover, but only in Hellbrun. But I remember me and the new Auslanders were on there and it said they're gonna win the championship. And then we just pissed it down our
Yeah.
leg all year.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. So, anyways, Reds, who's your D partner these days?
Jake Bolton.
Jake Bolton. See, I
Yeah.
looked at your roster, man. I don't know many people. And it's weird. I swim in my pool and I
Well, you
got
got
my
a
shed guys that I know, you know?
yeah, I mean, I guess this wouldn't make sense because you know all those Manchester guys, but we have a young yeah, I'm the oldest guy on the team.
Well, I only know the Manchester guys because of fun being fun and it's this starting. I didn't know any of their players until I started having them on and well, I
Well,
guess
maybe that'll be the case with the clan team here soon.
well, you'd have to see a lot of Mars bars next game because what happened with us was like I had on the GM Finner, who used to be a Devil. Then I had on the goalie that became his new coach, and they're both shed guys. And then I have on
Yeah.
the captain, and he's a shed guy. And then all of a sudden, Chocolate Storm happens, and it's like, how am I not supposed to get into this, right?
Yeah, that's true. Um,
You sound disappointed. I'm sorry. They remind me of us. They're in the big blue tent. They're just in Manchester instead of Cardiff. And they're a bunch of ragtag guys that everybody picked them to finish dead last and everybody can go
did
fly a
they?
kite if that's what they think. Yeah, they picked us, I'm saying us, to finish 10th.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's kind of neat to kind of feel like I'm a somewhat a part of something again, right? Like obviously I have my own team, I coach here, but like
Hmm.
they support me, they share everything I'm doing. Um, that I have on their players all want to come on and can't wait. And they're all shed guys, and this coach knows how to recruit shed guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. I played with him, Ginner. He was
He's
in
a dandy.
he was in Greenville the COVID year for a little bit. He's an awesome. He's a good, super cool guy.
Yeah, I like his recruiting style, you know. So who you been hanging out with up there in Glasgow?
Cody Soul has been one of the guys. He is hilarious. One of the funnier guys I've ever played with. He that's there's Charlie Combs. He lives in our building. Phil Sanch lives in our building.
Charlie
McKellick.
Combs. Did that guy play in
Yep.
Sunderyuski?
Yeah, he was in Sondrewski last year. Yeah, he's hurt right now.
That's what's crazy
Um,
about how small of a world it is. I bet you I could ask him where he lived, and he's gonna say Clovervise Street, and I'm like, yeah, well, should have used the adult diaper there.
no, we have a good group of guys, good group of us who all live downtown. Some of us live downtown, and some of the other guys live just on the outskirts. So,
Do you have a
all,
roommate?
yeah, I live with Soul.
Oh, do you? Well, that's
Yeah,
good that he's one of the guys you like then, if he's your roommate.
yeah. No, we have a good time together. We get along well, and like I said, he's funny.
So how
So,
did you end up in Glasgow? Is this all agents doing it or
so
what?
I played with Morgan too.
You played with him. See, there's always a
With
connection,
Yeah,
folks.
and nothing was coming up, so I reached out to him, and Haresy knows him too from being in Helbron, and that's where he lives. And then I think he knows my agent too, because my agent is German, or the same agent as Richie actually. Um, and that's how it all like we
You
all
can
knew
name
each
drop him
other.
if he's doing a good job.
Peter Meyer
Okay.
is who it is. But yeah, it was all just like a spider web of connections. So
Right. And that's cool. And that's how it always works. And speaking of Hairsy, Shed Guy, he started his own podcast when he came on mine and I went on his. And then he is the team manager of the Mannheim E not they're not Eagles. What are they called? Mannheim Adlers.
Alder
Adler,
Man, Alder
Adler
Mannheim.
Mannheim.
Adler Mannheim. That's a big team, right? Like if
Mhm.
you're like, say I'm going to Germany and I had my sights set on becoming like a really good DL player or going to all those other European leagues where it's like a real career and like you actually make real money, which none of that ever happened for me. But like if you make it to Mannheim as a player, you kind of feel like you made it in Germany, right? Like that's like kind of
Yeah,
like making the show.
Mannheim, Berlin,
Yeah.
Mannheim, Berlin, Munich nowadays.
Yeah.
Munich will be even more sick when they have their new arena.
They're
It,
going, or
it
have they
will be
been in the
probably
Olympic arena that I won the championship in this whole
yeah,
time?
yeah, the old one, like the small one.
You could call it
And
small. We had like 5,500 people there when I won a championship, you know?
it's not that small, it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah. What an atmosphere that night, though. Deutsche Meister.
Oh, it's not bad, but now the new rink, it will be like amazing. It will be the
Yeah.
best rink in Europe, I think they said.
Well, they're
Best rink
really
in
gonna put
Europe.
their money into it, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like it will be so modern. Like the stands will be.
Is that good though? I like old barns. I like German barns. I
If
don't know if I'm gonna like
I
this
like
new
it
one.
too, I like it too. But if it's like a real good one, like I wouldn't mind it. But I
See,
like
I don't
also the
know, man.
old
There's a
ones, you
lot
know.
more heart and soul that
Yeah,
I found in like the old Landshut Arena
yeah.
or like, even like the old Kaufborn Arena compared to like while
You
skating in
should see
Mannheim.
you should see them right now. Like you should see Landshut, you should
I
see
have seen it.
Kaufbeuren.
I got my finger on the pulse of this hockey thing. Yeah, people send me
It's
videos when
crazy.
they're there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it does. I would rather people renovate the old arenas than
Yeah.
build brand new ones.
That's what we did over here. Like we have a new VIP launch. Like one side is just VIP right now. And like modern like gym
Like
and
suites and
like
all that shit.
yeah, it's really nice. So it has like a mix out of like new, like a new ring, new boards, and old stands. It is kind of nice.
Yeah. Um, so okay. Poster picks. Richie, I guess we just figured out you were coming on this morning, so you haven't sent any, but I put a couple on. I put our old signed hockey cards from Hellbrown on again because I think it's funny.
With my good flow or what?
Oh, yeah, good fall. Yeah. And I look, a little pale, a little out of shape, just not that happy. And happy hockey players play better. Anywho, let's see here. Reds, you did send a couple, so you're in purple now. It looked weird seeing you in that outfit. Uh, you know?
I actually like the colors. I saw it from the Warrior guys.
Yeah, it's different
Looks
than
pretty
most
sick.
teams,
It's
right?
like
Yeah.
different, completely different color, but
Yeah.
looks nice.
Yeah, it's
Also
good.
nice dressing room, huh?
Yeah, it's nice.
It looks good.
And Reds, so I'm guessing, because the research team's good at this stuff, you wear number 89. That's because that's the year you're born?
Wrong.
Hmm.
So when my dad played in Frankfurt, he was sponsored by a radio station, so he was 89.3.
Okay.
And then when I went to Germany last year, I was like, okay, this is cool. Like I'm going to Germany. My dad played in Germany, I'll be 89. And then I just kept it this year.
Ah, well,
I hadn't worn 89 though since I was like a young kid.
I remember when we played Munich and we won that championship. Um, there, there was a guy in their team with number 95.5, I think, because he was sponsored by a radio station.
That's funny.
And I think that same guy knocked his teeth out right before his wedding that year.
Oh no.
Well, he tried to hit me, and his face hit my helmet. It's not my fault.
So he knocked his own teeth out.
That's what I said. Apparently, his new wife was like mad at me for doing that, and I was like, "Well, that wasn't my fault."
He just
You-
wanted you to get her a nice gift, feel bad, and get her a nice gift.
Yeah, well, that was back when everybody was my enemy, and I was still playing. Right now, now I can get along with people. And then I had next poster pick was Dougie Ware, but that's in Cardiff. So, what did you order at Chippy Lane?
I got like a shawarma, I think. I don't not a
Yeah,
kebab. Shawarma wrap.
right. Chicken then?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
No fries.
Yeah, just get after it, right? A lot of sauce. You get some garlic sauce up in there.
Yeah, garlic sauce. I think tomato sauce, maybe, or no.
Richie, we really should be telling the UK more about the Jufka Donair game in Germany, right?
Oh
Because
yeah.
Oh,
you guys are way better at it. Like it's
so
not even
much better.
close. Yeah.
So much better. They actually have a restaurant here, and I saw it the first time I was here. It's called the German Gourmet German Doner Kebab. I
I,
How
didn't
is
go
it?
in it, but I just saw it. I was like, oh, that's
Come
interesting.
on.
see, I wouldn't be able to drive by a place like that. I'd have to try it out.
Yeah. No, there was a good one in Selb too on the corner there, Richie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I don't remember. I have no clue what it was called, but Migsy and the younger guys took me there a couple times.
But the best is
I'm trying to
like East
remember
Germany.
my kebab shop in Hellbrand. I don't really remember having like a honey hole. There was one right by our apartment, right around the corner, but it wasn't like high end. You could it wasn't like you'd be
It
mucking it
was
up if you went
decent.
there.
I think it was decent. But I'm just remember I try to remember the name from the good one. It was like huge.
Oh, I do remember going with you puppies. I went with my puppies there. There was one that it was a drive away from my
Was it
apartment.
Boss? Was it Boss Döner?
Hmm. I
Boss
remember
Kebab? I
I
think it was
definitely
Boss
remember
Kebab.
the puppies taking me to a kebab shop. That was their honey hole.
It was like so. It was huge. It was like
Yeah,
this, like
a
really big.
huge one. Yeah. People wonder why I got fat in Germany, right? It's weird. Jeepers. Okay. So next poster pick, let's see here. Well, I did this. I added this to the poster because you guys hadn't sent anything was the picture of my gals winning last year because that was the same night you guys called me from the Kabine and it meant a lot. So I still remembered it. So I put it on your poster. You guys are getting a picture of my gals winning a championship on your poster. So there you go.
No, that's not bad at all.
Right? And then I also put on the same day at that same year-end party, the picture of our whole hockey family. We have all the parents, all the kids, like the girls and their siblings, and then like their grandparents at our year-end party. It was a hockey family. We had a hockey family last year. And then when you guys called me while I'm there and I FaceTime with two guys and Drago in the Kabine in Selb, Germany at the same time, it's like, God, this is fun. So there you
Yeah,
go.
that was fun.
That was fun. Okay, let's see here. Do I have any more? And then Richie, you know what other picture I put back on the poster? Because I think it's just such a cool photo, is you holding that gigantic fish.
Ah, yeah. What was it? The sturgeon?
Yeah, that thing was
Like the pike.
huge. You're
But
holding it. Why
honestly,
are you
you
standing
know
in the
what?
water holding a fish? Why aren't you in a
Oh,
boat?
yeah, yeah, it was the sturgeon. But
Yeah,
honestly, I went out for fishing this summer like 40 minutes. That's it.
too busy.
Yeah, I honestly didn't do much.
What are you busy with, Richard?
Working out. I actually worked my ass off this summer. No, seriously.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, it's go time, right? You want to do something special by the end of your career too, right?
yeah.
I get it. My last year of hockey was like the lightest I had been in a long time.
You should have kept going, huh?
Well, then the knee went again and then it was over.
Yeah, BG says hello,
Nice shed I have here, eh, Richard?
huh?
It's a real thing though, folks. So Reds, you have now it's actually good for the shed that you're a bit of a suitcase because then we get to visit all these different countries. So you have played in a lot of my old honey holes, the NCAA, the
Yep.
Coast,
Yep.
Denmark,
Yep.
DL2 now, the
Yep.
EIHL.
Yes.
The only other extra ones you threw in there were you went to France, but is it not weird how every league's different and every like country has a different culture around hockey?
It's it's so different. It's so weird. Now that I'm older, like I've kind of caught on to it, but like what I'm finding now is it takes time to adjust to the different leagues too. I'd say they're all relatively similar in skill and the level of play, but it's just everywhere's just a little bit different where it takes some time to adjust and like get to feeling like, okay, yeah, now I feel good.
Comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting.
Well, and like reffing's different in each country.
Oh, it's completely different.
Like German refereeing compared to the UK league. It's like I've heard of UK people complaining about their refs, and it's like you guys should really be thanking these guys because they are way better than German refs.
I didn't find those last year that horrible, to be honest.
Maybe things have improved since way back when my old ass was there, right? Richard, are the refs better than when I played?
I would say yes, but the problem is they still have to work, like they coming from a 9 to 5 job kind of.
Yeah, they're not professional refs.
Yeah, most of them, and I think they're doing a better job, and it depends also like how you talk to them.
I
Like
do know.
when you like we have also some guys they freaking out on them every time, and I mean they are not that like we have a professional league, but it's still like they are still humans, and they are not like like I said, they are not professional refs, kind of.
I was never a guy to like get wound and like be yelling, screaming at refs.
Yeah.
But like,
So yeah, it's tough. We had like sometimes what disappointed me this year, we had like 2 goals after video review, and they said no goal, and the next day they called us. Yeah, sorry, it was a goal.
yeah, well,
So
I
this is
actually,
pretty
What?
embarrassing, I have to say. Yeah. I think
well,
one or twice, and this is pretty embarrassing, like
it's
it changes.
embarrassing, but it is better to man up and say you were wrong, right? I actually
Yeah.
remember a game where I like had a partial breakaway and the D man like reached around and broke my stick in half as I'm about to shoot. And then like my stick's broken in half. I skate away with no stick, and I'm like, "Are you serious? Like that's not a penalty or a penalty shot?" And the ref got mad at me for like putting my hands up. And then the next period, he comes out and says, I spoke with my supervisor and the linesman, and he's like, "I was wrong. I'm sorry." And I was like, "Oh, well,
This is okay. Yeah, I
yeah,
like
well, it's
this,
like I can't get it back. I don't, that we don't get it back, but that you did man
Yeah.
up and say that instead of just carry on like you were right. I
But this
appreciate
was
that.
a there was a second decision, like 1 second decision. You had
Right.
to do it live. But now they have like video review, and they watch the goal and they say no goal, and next day they call you, oh sorry, it was a goal.
Hmm.
It's disappointed for the guy who scored, and it's also disappointed for us because it can change the
The
route of the
outcome of the
game,
game. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Reds, what's going on with the Scottish food?
Um,
Anything different?
I don't eat it.
I
Yeah.
the only part I had though was like we talked about all those places you've played and I played too. They got different refs, they got different coaching styles, they got different cultures in the locker room, but they also all have different food, and I like food.
Yeah, I like food too, actually, but here I'm not into the haggis. I think
Mm.
that's maybe if
What
I
is that? What is haggis?
I think it's sheep. I could be completely wrong, but I think it's like sheep guts in a pig's stomach or something like that.
That makes sense.
But I'm not into that. Like if someone gave it to me and they told me what it was,
Well, it's kind of like when I went to Germany, Richie? And then they're like, yeah, you want to try a blood sausage? I'm like, why would I want to try a blood
It's
sausage?
actually
yeah.
pretty delicious.
Sure they are, Richard.
But
No,
here
maybe
it's so,
you meant a different one.
The
but no, here,
Blutwürster.
Yeah, but yeah, you have different type of it. You have like the one who you put on the bread, but you can also like put it in a pan, you know.
I don't know. I couldn't do it. Sorry, Red. So you were saying that the haggis, and then what else? I know there's like a thing called a Scotch egg, right? So that
yeah,
from
I
a,
don't know what that is.
I've had one of those, I think.
I think blood pudding is another one they have.
Jeepers.
But here there's so many. It's like I said, it's so big. They have
It's a
tons
city.
of,
You guys got everything you need, eh?
yeah, Italian. There's a German place we went for lunch last week. Had schnitzel there. Um, there's a
How was
sushi.
that?
It was good. It wasn't bad at all. It was a beer hall, so it was like a way smaller Hofbräu
So
house.
this is your favorite place?
No, I went there
That would be
once.
my favorite place for sure.
Oh,
When I came back to Canada, the one thing I noticed, there's all these different kinds of food. Why do we not have more German restaurants? It makes no sense. The
and
food
there's a
is
lot of Germans and
fantastic. I would
Canadians too,
love
or
to open
Canada.
up a German restaurant if I had time to do anything other than what I already do.
Let's do it.
Look, there's a lot of Germans in Canada, and Canadians love beer and food, so you'd
And
think.
it's like, who doesn't like mucking up a schnitzel or spätzle? And it's like, huh, I know how to do all that stuff.
Mhm.
It would be just tough to get it over, I think, especially like the German beer, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's the
that'd be the difference. There's a lot of those like the craft breweries, which I should bring up my sponsor because I never drink on the pod now that I always do it on lunch hour. I have a sponsor, Gray Matter Beer Brewing Company. Check these guys out. Um, this here is the dawn of civilization from Gray Matter, but I don't really get to drink when I do these on my lunch hours. So I got to book someone in North America soon so I can tell everybody about my new sponsor, Gray Matter Beer in Kincardine, Ontario, right? You guys know. Free beer is fun. Wish I got to drink it
but
more.
that's like so the Guinness. I never liked Guinness, and then I
Grow
had it
up.
over here. It's not even comparable to what it tastes like at home.
No, you're it way better. Yeah, there's
And that's
no
what I mean. Like,
same
it's
with German
different to
beer.
get
You
it
buy the
over.
you buy the Czech beer or the German beer at the liquor store in town here. It does not taste like it does over there.
No. Yeah,
Not even
for sure.
close.
So beer
That's the
doesn't
weird
travel
part,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, you'd have to whip up a German restaurant and then get Grey Matter making some Hefeweizen, eh?
Or hire Richie as the beer meister.
There you go. The brewmaster. Have we talked about what you guys want to do after hockey's over? Let's get real. Richie, what do you want to do after hockey? What did I say you are? My puppy's 31 years old now. Einen Dreitzig.
I
You ever
feel,
think about after hockey
yeah,
or not? What do you say?
yeah, I did. I just got my first coaching license for juniors. Um, but yeah, I had the other podcast the other day, and I would like to, yeah, I don't know, maybe stay in like fitness.
Yeah,
But also like a dream kind of would be like your own coffee shop, I would say.
Oh yeah, you're into that, yeah.
I could
Yeah,
see you owning a coffee shop.
I would like to have something like this. I joined the guys from us over here, like who have a coffee shop. They are like also our sponsors. And when I worked for them in the summer, I was like 100% I want to open one.
Well, that's
Just
cool.
fun.
If you and you probably like chatting with people and then, giving them a
That's
nice
what I
cup of
mean, like
coffee.
guys
Yeah.
coming in for chill out, you know. It's not like a restaurant where the
Right.
guys like, especially lunchtime, they need to hurry.
Yeah.
I
They
think
want
you
everything
don't go
fast,
for
fast,
coffee.
fast. Coffee
Yeah,
shop, everybody's sitting and
yeah.
relaxing.
Most of the times, yeah. Sometimes they need a coffee to go, but that's not a big thing, you know. I think,
Sumit Naaman.
yeah, to go.
That's right. See, mein Deutsch is sehr gut, oder?
Yeah, super.
And Bryce, we've probably talked about before with all the times you've been on. What do you plan on doing?
I want to stay in hockey.
You should. You're a hockey guy.
Not kids though. I don't want to do kids. Pro.
Right. I actually, I want to be the best coach I can be. I don't know where all that's going. But I do find what I'm doing with coaching kids in this town every year is a totally different challenge. And I've gone from under 11 boys to under 9 girls to now under 13 boys in 3 years. And every team is totally different, but guaranteed coaching pros easier. Guaranteed.
But
Because
how is
Sure.
it?
you have to
How is it
deal
when
with you
you?
when you're trying to bring everybody together and you're trying for one, I have to teach these kids a ton this year. Like there's a lot of stuff they've never been taught. They've never had structure. They've never had organization. They've kind of just been playing and they've never done power plays, penalty kills really. And but then like the bringing everybody together is you get all these different kids and different personalities, which is your team. But then you also get their parents and all their personalities and their
Mhm.
thoughts of how they think hockey should be and how it should go. And man, it's not the same as just teaching pro hockey players how to hockey, right?
But I think it's also kind of fun, no? Like when you see guys improving. I
Oh,
hear too, like in the coaching license, I hear too, like the biggest problems are not the kids, it's like the parents.
well, for sure. Yeah. For me, I do it a little different. I don't really talk to the parents. I focus on
Mm-hmm.
the kids and I'm at with the
Yeah.
team. I don't really I don't go up in the crowd. I don't go out in the lobby. I just go
Mm-hmm.
there and I coach the kids and then that's that.
Yeah. I
But
think this is
it's the
kind of
most
fun
rewarding
too.
thing I've ever done for sure in the game of
Yeah.
hockey is watching kids get better and also seeing them become teammates and become friends for life. And the way I put it is you could be teammates for a season or you can become friends for life. I try to
Yeah.
make them friends for life. That's what I'm into, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a good part. And then maybe in a couple of years you see one guy coming out, he makes it in show or whatever.
Oh man, to watch, I couldn't imagine. It's like seeing my puppies from Hellbron become what you guys have became. It'd be the same type of deal as like the kids I'm coaching now. To see any of them go do what they want to do in the game of hockey and to feel like
Yeah.
yeah, a part of that is pretty. And speaking of my raffle of Ryan O'Reilly pucks, is like last night he scored his first goal with Nashville. And when I was helping him this summer, I'm like, well, that's pretty cool that like I was helping him this summer and he just scored his first goal with Nashville, you know? And like my son's
So you
watching these
showed him how
highlights
to
on
score, right?
TV. No, he already knew. He was teaching me how to coach.
I think you showed him.
Actually, I only reached out and helped and wanted to do it all because I knew how intelligent of a hockey guy he was, and I've seen his drills and what he does, and I wanted to learn from him. And I think that's hockey is you got to learn from the people you cross paths with, you know?
So is he in your hometown kind of, or
Yeah, yeah, just 30 minutes away, or he was. Yeah.
I should join you in the summer then?
Man, these skates, I wish I would have been doing them when I was playing. I bet you I could have been better and I would have wanted to skate in the summer than the opposite. But
Hmm.
one thing Germany did to me was it made me not want to skate all summer because I knew I had 6 weeks of training camp anyway. So why
Yeah,
am I going to skate when I'm at home?
yeah. I changed it this year too. I was like in Sweden for 3 weeks, and I skated like 3 to 4 times in the week. It was fun, kind of.
You were in Sweden this summer?
Yeah, in Stockholm.
What are you doing there?
Just a vacation because I checked all the destinations where I want to go, kind of like Turkey, Italy, Croatia, and I think it was like middle of June, and it was like every every weather was like bad, like in every destination.
So you just went with Sweden.
Yeah, I just took my dog and drove there all the way.
And Reds, what'd you do for fun this off season?
Just golf workout, same as always in Fort
Being a
Myers.
hockey guy. Just being a
Yeah,
hockey guy.
yeah.
Sounds tough.
Uh-huh.
But
Hmm.
it's a fun part for you guys. You coming over to a different country, and then in the summer you enjoy your time over there.
It's a pretty
I think
sweet
it's pretty
setup.
cool.
It
Yeah.
is
I
because
think
then
it's
in
cool.
the winter, once you get back home and you realize that nobody really does that much other than minor
Hmm.
hockey in the winter, like you're home for the right time of year and you're gone for the right
Mm-hmm.
time of year.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So let's see here. Um, Reds, you won man of the match in Cardiff. That was one of the poster picks, eh? You went back to the old honey hole and won man of the match and then hit Chippy Lane and mucked it up, eh?
Yeah, it might have been a very
A biased decision on man of the match.
bias slash like I don't what the other word. I don't know what the other I can't think of the other word I'm thinking of, but yeah, I mean anyone
Rigged?
could have.
Was it rigged?
Yeah, it was rigged for sure, but I mean it was
Was it
I
like
guess it
when I
was
was spray painted as the goat Joey Martin that he
yeah.
ended up man of the match that night?
Yeah. No, it was a good gesture. I mean, the guy who presented it too was my sponsor for the 3 years I was there, so that was kind of cool too.
That is cool.
When the
Um,
owners were there, the
the,
owners happened to be there too, so it was kind of like, okay.
you had to see everybody, eh?
Yeah.
The kids in the photo didn't look that happy to be giving it to you.
No, they were
Maybe
like
because you're in purple.
they were also young though too when they were like parents were sponsoring me.
Do you imagine I'm a sponsor of a captain in professional hockey from talking in my shed? I can't believe it. There's a two
Yeah.
when you play Manchester, have a look at the captain's back of his jersey. Right above his name, there's a Two Ales and Hockey Tales logo, and I think it is the funniest thing that's ever happened.
It's cool.
It's so cool. So funny. But hey, by the way, I had this on the notes. Was Harzy there with Mannheim? We talked about that. He must be doing all right. So when he says he's the team manager, Richie, do you know, is that like he's not like the GM where he's picking the players? He's the guy that like is booking stuff, right? And making sure everybody's got what they need, right?
I'm not sure about his position right now because, like in Mannheim, you have like such a big organization.
Right.
So I think the guy who did it before, he was also like a former goalie, and I think he's more for like organizing stuff.
Right. That's what
But I
I
mean,
thought it was because there are those
anyway,
guys that do the bus trips, the meals, the hotels, all that sort of stuff, right?
but even this, like, it's like amazing to be in a like in a team like this, in an organization like this. It's pretty impressive.
It really is that he's worked his way up to that. Um, Rich, I'm sure I've asked you before. What's your favorite German meal?
My favorite German meal, boy, this is a tough one. I don't have a typical uh,
If you
meal,
were
I
gonna
have to
go out and
say.
eat something right now for dinner tonight, heute Abend, what are you gonna order if you could pick?
It's a tough one. Probably, yeah. Yeah, honestly. Hmm.
Reds, let him think about it. You know, schnitzel?
I would no, I would do that Spätzle
Yeah.
and
Cheese
then
with Zwiebel and Speck.
no, don't you put like a mushroom sauce on it, Richie? Didn't we have that last year?
You
Like in the
can.
VIP after a
The
game?
pfefferram sauce. I like that one.
No, it would be that, and then the the steak rolled with the pickle, mustard,
Rouladen.
roulade or something.
Rouladen.
Roulade.
Mm,
Roulade, yeah, that's
yeah.
good.
They were good, yeah. No, it's honestly, I don't,
You still don't know.
it's tough. No. I mean, a
Too
good schnitzel is every time a choice to do, huh? But
Schnitzels or something. You can have them so many different ways, right? You can have them breaded, you can have them unbreaded, you can have them on a
yeah,
bun with mustard. You
yeah.
can do the brown sauce. You can, oh gosh, I'm getting hungry. This is lunch hour. Okay, sorry, better move on. Better not talk about food too much more, eh?
Mm-mm. No, because I'm getting hungry now too.
Yeah. So who does Glasgow play next?
We play. We only play one game this weekend, oddly enough, and I believe it's Sheffield, and it's not till Sunday.
Really? No
And we
game till
didn't.
Sunday.
And we didn't. We only played one last weekend as well on Saturday.
That's weird, eh?
Yeah.
And then what are the Selber Wolves getting into, Richard?
We're
No,
playing
not
Bad
even started.
Nauheim in Bad Nauheim and Freiburg at home. Will be a tough weekend again. but there
Yeah.
are no easy games, I would say.
Well, that's what's interesting about Bietigheim being in last place in the second league. It's like,
They
man, if
will come. I
yeah,
don't see them as a last place, but can you imagine like it's crazy moving down from the first league and then being last place?
right. That's is
But
crazy.
if you watch the stands right now, you see Ravensburg, Krefeld, you see those type of teams behind.
They're gonna catch
So
up,
they
right?
will come 100%.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah,
you just go out there and compete every night, and see what happens, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Um, Reg, you got anything else today? I'm looking up my notes here.
I don't think so.
Um, I got a lot of teams to cheer for these days. It gets really confusing, you know?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. But
I don't know what we
I
play
still love
games
doing
of.
this as much as the first time. Like getting to see you guys today, and we didn't even have this planned until like last night, you know? That's
Yeah, I
fun.
know.
Fun is fun. So if Glasgow wanted to even try and tempt me into being a fan, you guys want Mars bars, you and Big Red?
No, crunchy,
Crunchy. He wants
crunch.
crunchy. Big Red
That's
wants
what.
crunchy.
Yeah,
The kit guy in Glasgow wants crunchy, folks.
and
Let's see
then
if we
we'll
can make that happen.
and then I'm gonna try and get him on here for you
Yeah, if it's folks, let's get Big Red on and maybe
because
throw a crunchy to him and see
I'm
what
pretty sure.
happens.
So I'm pretty sure he's buddies with Deest, right?
Right.
And Deest is always on.
Yeah. Well, Big Red told me he was coming on, you know?
Yeah, we'll get him on. Mad Dog
You
too.
can't take a
You need to
selfie at
get
Chippy Lane and not come on.
you need to get him and Mad Dog on.
That's right. That's right. I do need Mad Dog
They're
on.
both Newcastle boys.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Newcastle Ale. It's a small world. I knew about that beer before I went over there. Well, Richard, you got anything else before we shut her down? Other than I gotta say how
No, not
cool your
really.
barn looks in the background still. Every picture you show me, that rink looks like a cool barn.
Yeah,
Good
It's
you
work,
should
super
come
Selb.
over.
super cool.
You should come
I
over.
need to come over to Germany again at some point, man. To spend 6 years of your life there and then just never go back. It's pretty strange.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Yeah. You know, when hockey teams don't pay for you to come over, it's kind of expensive.
It's pretty expensive, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I definitely would have places to stay. I know that.
I You can stay at my place and I give you one dinner for free. So
Oh, that sounds lovely.
that will save your trip, I think.
We going for a Yufka or donor?
Or whatever you want.
Well,
For
I
me
don't have
it's
anything
Döner
else,
Teller
but
right now, you
uh,
know? For me it's like stay light. Döner
yeah,
Teller. It's like a
I'm not on a
rice,
diet anymore. Nobody
salad.
pays me to work out anymore.
That's the best.
It's different. So that is one thing that happened though. Yesterday, I'm doing a lot better today. Yesterday, I tried to put on my socks in the morning and I threw my back out. Like I was
Oh
screwed.
no.
Back spasms, the whole deal. Like had to go to work, could hardly walk or sit up, and it was from trying to put on
Oh,
my socks.
that's what I had this summer. Second week of trainings camp, we did some. I did some like deadlifts,
Oh yeah,
and I fucking crashed my whole back. Like I couldn't move anymore.
yeah. Oh
Jeez.
man, you can get hurt lifting
And
heavy
then
weights.
tell the coach after the 3 day, I can't go on the ice. I fucked my back.
Yeah, they don't like that either. It's funny in hockey when they want you to lift really heavy weights, but then they get mad at you for getting
Oh,
hurt. And
it
you're
was
like,
my own fault.
well, I know, I'm sure it was. I'm talking about the way it used to be for me. They'd make us do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we have the same.
Yeah. In Bietigheim,
Oh,
there'd be some wild stuff going on in the summers.
cool. Bryce, you remember, huh?
What's that?
You you missed this training, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never done a
Rush
German
Wolfsburg.
training camp.
I never did a German training camp, but I did an in-season German training camp.
Yeah, imagine what's like in the
But
summer. Imagine going to Bietigheim for like 5 weeks before there's even ice in,
we don't do the tires anymore.
You don't do the what?
The tires,
like
I
flipping
never did
tires.
those.
you did them
No,
100%.
I never did them.
Oh,
Flipping
lucky.
tires, like big tractor tires.
No, just like a car tire,
Yeah.
and one guy has to pull them, and the other guy has to sit on them
Oh,
from
and
the goal
run.
line to goal line.
Yeah, I never did You guys always talked about it, but when I got there, we never did it.
We did it once, and I think he saw the old guys who how they did it, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I can't do it anymore." I see hips flying out here.
Yeah. There goes the hip flexor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this is crazy, this shit.
Oh man, there's some wild stuff that goes on in training.
Oh yeah.
Back in Hellbrun in our day though, Rico was like he was normal. He did a normal training camp. Like he just trusted
Yeah,
you to
that
be a
was
pro.
fine.
Yeah.
I think that was fine.
Mhm. Well, I don't have anything else. I just got one last food question. What is your guys' normal pre-game meal?
Mine is
Chicken,
us. Go ahead, Richie.
chicken, sweet potato, and vegetables.
Sweet potato, you use it like mashed or like fries?
Doesn't matter. Just like,
Any kind of sweet potato. You're just
yeah.
doing her. Okay. Reds, we're gonna let you take that nap really soon here. Or it's too late
I
now. It's bedtime. Why are you so tired? It's not even the
uh,
afternoon anymore.
I didn't take a nap today.
Oh yeah, you need that. You're a pro hockey player. You gotta get those in.
Yeah. I'll have a salad and then chicken, pasta, broccoli.
Standard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. Things haven't changed that much,
Guys,
right?
I'm gonna leave. I'm going for groceries quick.
Okay. Hey, great. Thanks for jumping on, buddy. Reds, great seeing you
Thanks,
again.
it was a pleasure.
Richard. Hey, this is
See you
fun. I love
guys.
this stuff. Thanks for calling me from the Kabine in Selb last year. And this has
Yeah,
been
Richie.
another episode of Two L's at Hockey Tales with Reds, Richard, and Wally.